This is Ask Congress on Congress Web TV, the web station that seeks to facilitate and expand personal relationships between the viewing public and the representatives that they place in power. Today we're privileged to have on our program the distinguished Congressman Ed Towns from the 10th District of New York, where he's currently serving in his 14th term. He was first elected in 1983. He'll be returning to Congress for his 15th term after winning the last election by getting a staggering 91% of the votes. Congressman Towns serves as chairman of the Committee on Oversight and Government Reform, which is the main investigative committee in the U.S. House of Representatives. Now, as committee chair, Representative Towns has jurisdiction to investigate any federal program and any matter that is within federal policy has federal policy implications, such as federal procurement, federal agency management, civil service, and information policy. I'm happy to introduce Congressman Ed Towns. We're happy to have with us today Chairman Ed Towns, who has been the chairman of the Reform Committee of the House of Representatives. And now that you're going to step away from the chairmanship, what's ahead for the investigations?
Well, let me say, a lot of it will continue. The fact that, we hope to be working to strengthen agencies and to make certain that there's no waste, fraud, and abuse. There's no question about that. But I want to make certain that this committee is not politicized. We want to be about policy. And there's a lot that needs to be done. And there's no question about it. I'm prepared to step up and we need to do it. But I always tell you this, that if there's politics being played on every corner and every avenue, I will meet the leadership there in terms of the leadership of the Oversight and Government Reform Committee, the chairman, because I'm not going to stand for that. We want to make certain that the committee is used to improve the quality of life for people and not to play games, political games. So I recognize that it's not going to be easy, but I'm prepared to step up. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. When you're from Brooklyn, you can handle situations and handle occasions. That's one thing, that you learn in the streets of Brooklyn.
Well, aside from the investigations, and I know that you've been, the one point, you obviously have been doing a good job because, what is it, 91% of your district voted for you?
I must admit, in this atmosphere and climate, my numbers were very, very good. But the point is that I really feel that we did a lot of good stuff in the last Congress, but we didn't communicate it. People did not get the message. I mean, we were able to pass a health care bill. I mean, we were able to create opportunities for people that did not exist in terms of small businesses. But we didn't talk about it enough. We didn't get the word out.
I don't think that on that point that people understood what TARP meant. Did it mean the covering for the old Ebbets Field?
Yeah, I think that's really, and also the stimulus.
Stimulus.
Yeah, and some people were sort of hypocritical about the stimulus package. They voted against the stimulus package, but wrote letters to the various secretaries to get money for their district, out of the stimulus, and then criticized it at the same time. And I think that this is not a time where we can be hypocritical. People are in pain, they're hurting, and we need to make certain that we're doing whatever needs to be done to create jobs, create opportunities. We need to extend Social Security. I mean, in terms of the fact that unemployment should be extended. And of course, people really need that. I mean, here we are approaching the holiday season, and that we might not extend it, but I hope we do, because people deserve it and need it.
What hopes do you have for the lame duck session?
Well, I'm hoping,
outside of that.
Well, I'm hoping that in the lame duck session is a telework communications bill that I'm hoping that we'll pass. That's a bill that makes it possible for people to stay at home and to provide work in reference to the crisis, a storm, or snowstorm, or whatever it might be, that they will be able to stay at home and continue to work. And because sometimes it's impossible to get into the office, but work needs to be done. So we looking at that and hope that we'll be able to pass it. It'll be on the floor. today, and hope that we get it passed on the Senate side. It passed the subcommittee by voice vote, passed the full committee by voice vote, and of course we put it up on suspension, on the floor, and didn't make it. But now I really feel that people understand the importance of it, and that it is financial neutral, and the fact that it's needed. So we're hoping to be able to get it through today.
What about the cuts that the Republicans have forecast, or the Tea Party is looking for? What chances do you see of those cuts, whether it be in in Medicare, in Social Security, a variety of cuts that they've forecast?
Well, I really feel that we need to be sensitive to the needs of middle income, and that the things they're proposing in many instances hurt middle income folks, and that I don't think that people are going to sort of sit back and sort of let this happen or watch it happen. I know that the Democratic leadership will be speaking out on it, and of course we will as well, the members of the caucus. But we need to just sort of make the case that the time has come when we need to just stand up and say, enough's enough, and there's no more demagoguery, no more being hypocritical. We need to take charge here and do the kind of things that need to be done to help people. And we're going to have to say it and say it over and over again, and hoping that they will get the message.
Let me ask you something about the past election. You won by 91%. You garnered 91% of the vote in your district. And yet Democrats all along the line did not do not only as nearly well as you did, because 61 lost their seats.
Yeah. Well, I think that some things happened that people didn't anticipate. 40 of the members that we lost voted against the health care bill. I think that that's significant. And I really felt, they really felt...
Well, that's a reverse twist on this.
Reverse twist. And of course, I campaigned for several candidates in different districts. And of course, I campaigned for some of those who voted against the health care bill. And it was interesting that people would come up to me and say that, I hear you, I really want to be helpful, but I cannot vote for someone that does not want me to have health care. And this was what we were getting. I was in one district, and I met this member of the clergy. He said, we want to talk to you because I understand that you're a member of the clergy. And I said, yes, I am. He said, well, could you meet with us? And I said, well, I'd be delighted to. I said, but I'm leaving today. He says, if you come to the office at 1 o'clock, I'll pull together the clergy and let them let you know how they feel. And of course, they did. I got there, and I had the meeting, and the whole meeting was about you asking us to support somebody who is not supportive of us. He didn't care about our health care. How can we now ask our members to come out and be supportive of him? And that was the tune that went throughout that room. And am I trying to convince them by saying, look, his opponent wants to repeal the health care bill, and now, it being it's passed, he wants to work to try and strengthen it. They said, oh no, the opportunity to vote to show us that he was for us, wanted us to have health care, he did not take advantage of that opportunity. So this is the only way that we can express ourselves to him, that we are disappointed over the fact that he didn't support the health care bill. So this is what we're dealing with out there. And I think a lot of folks thought that if they voted against the health care bill, this would strengthen their numbers in the district, but it didn't work in many instances.
Tell me something. There has been rumored a challenge to your becoming the ranking member. Do you look at that optimistically?
Well, I was the chair in the last Congress of the full committee, and then of course, as you know, we lost several seats, and so now we're in the minority. So what I'm doing now is just running for ranking member. Now, anytime that happens, I guess everybody's sort of frustrated over the fact that we don't have a lot like we did before. But I do believe that I provided great service. You know,
Well, you're
we
a
had
tough guy.
Well, yeah, and we're looking forward
And
to.
you can be a tough guy.
I'm looking forward to continue as a ranking member. You know,
Uh-huh.
I'm now talking to my colleagues and hoping that they will be supportive, because we need to make certain that the secretaries of these offices, you know, are not involved in nonsense. We need to make certain that the president is not pulled into nonsense. This is a time that we need to come together, work together to try to make a difference, and hoping that the chairman of the committee will understand that. But if not, here again, you know, we will have these kind of sessions, and we will meet him in every corner and every avenue. I mean,
Well,
to
good
make
for
certain.
you.
Well, I look forward to working, you know, again as the ranking member to improve the quality of life and to eliminate waste, fraud, and abuse. We don't
Thanks,
wanna,
thanks so much for being with us today. I know you got to go for a vote.
Right, it's always a pleasure. Good to see you.
Great. Nice to
Pleasure.
see you again, Mr.
Definitely.
Chairman.